company. I'm keeping my priorities. I'm learning my identity. She helping me, she helping me, helping me, she helping me, she helping me, she helping me. She helping me.
Welcome and welcome back to our community of practice. Hello there. So listen, welcome to day 2 of our 30-day homophone journey. Yes. Do we now know what homophones are? Of course we do. You're like, Ebony, I learned that in grade school. And you may have, but there may be someone on here who may have forgotten what they've learned in grade school. They may have forgotten what homophones are, and there may be someone or individuals here in our community who have never heard of homophones. So let's get into it. Day 2 of our homophone journey. And those words, I know you're ready. Are you on the edge of your seat? Are you on the edge of your seat? Because really, it's not double, it's triple. There are 3 words, 3 very simple words that will literally unlock deep spiritual and personal truths that I know will resonate with you if you intently listen to the information that I'm sharing. So today we are exploring some small but very powerful words, and they are by, and by. By, and by. So these words, of course, they sound the same because that's what homophones are. I might create a song, right? That's what homophones are, right? Words that sound the same, however, they have different meanings. But these 3 words today will teach us something essential about growth, about faith, and about emotional maturity. Come on, computer, community of practice, because we are practicing what we learn in this community. And I don't have to always create the topics. If there's something you'd like for me to elaborate on, discuss, create a video on, let me know. No, you see, I know I love the Lord. Yes, I do. I love the Lord. Please, we don't want to be so spiritually minded that we are not earthly good. Secondarily, it's nothing wrong with laughing, right? And having a good time. I love to laugh. I do. I love to laugh. But let's gather our thoughts, community of practice. I'm sorry, I kind of deviated, but I'm back on track now, okay? But let me know if there are any topics that you'd like to go over, okay? So we're going to start with the meanings of each of these words. We'll first begin with by, B-Y-E, okay? That word means farewell, okay? It means a letting go. It means a release, okay? That's by. That's B-Y-E. It's a letting go, a farewell, or a release. By, B-Y, that means through, according to, or beside, okay? By means through, okay? It means according to or beside. And then by, B-I, that means two, right? The number two, it means double. It means dual, okay? And so these are three words with one sound, but they reveal a very powerful truth. And the powerful truth that they reveal helps us to grow. And you must say, we must say, bye to what no longer serves us. I want you to say bye to what no longer serves you. I want you to live by, B-Y, faith. I also want you to live by what strengthens you and embrace the bifold, right? The two-sided aspects of life, right? Which are spiritual and natural. Okay. And so we'll start with the word B-Y-E, that by, okay? And this is a word that many people struggle with. They don't struggle with pronouncing it. They struggle with the action of saying bye. And it means, again, just to elaborate, it welcomes you to let go. It welcomes you to release. The word bye means closing a chapter, walking away, ending a cycle, choosing peace over chaos, choosing growth over comfort. But here's the truth. You cannot step into your next season while dragging the weight of your last season. See, some of us are trying to walk into new blessings with old baggage, trying to build new habits with the old mindset. It won't work. It won't work. It won't work. Trying to experience new joy with old wounds that haven't healed. It won't work. You can type it in the comments. It won't work. Saying bye is not rejection. It is simply, and I shouldn't say simply because some of us, we have a challenge with saying bye, and I should never minimize an action by saying simply because I realize that it can be hard to say bye. That's the truth. I've been there in my own life. I can tell you through experience, it can be hard to say bye. So forgive me, community of practice, for not remembering that immediately. So I don't want to minimize it. Let me just say that saying bye is not rejection. It is redirection. It is not abandonment. It is alignment. It is not a loss, but it's liberation. Sometimes God will not open the next door until we decide to close the current door. And it doesn't mean that that both doors can't be open, but it does mean that sometimes He wants that door to be closed so that the new opportunity, the new door can avail itself. Because if He can't trust us to close that door, because God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He has all power, not some power in His hands. He has all power in His hands, and He can do whatever He desires to do. Why? Because He is God, right? He is God and he doesn't need our help. I will make that clear. I'll make it plain, but he does want us to follow in his will. In his will. And so there are some doors we'll have to close before the new door or opportunity opens. So let's just be honest. One thing I learned growing up, but it really became concrete in my heart when I became an adult. Yeah, I was told growing up that the worst lie that you can tell to yourself is that lie. Yeah, that is the worst, because you can lie to people, right? I don't know why. And if you are, just stop it. Nobody has a heaven or hell to put you in. Stop it. Most people lie because, number one, they don't want to face the truth. Number two, they feel they'll be judged. Number three, it's about fitting in. And there are other reasons, but those are some of the main reasons. The worst lie that you can tell is to yourself. What happens is you begin to believe that lie. And so instead of truth resonating within you, there are lies that you have told yourself. No one's told you these lies. You have told yourself these lies, and now you have begun to believe them, and they have taken root. And that's a problem. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Some byes, some farewells, some doors closing, they hurt. Yeah, I'm with you. They hurt. They can feel like betrayal. Yeah. Some byes, it makes you feel like a failure. Oh yeah, we're keeping it 100% here in our community. That is real. Some byes, they feel like grief, right? And so every bye creates space for something better. Okay? Every bye can create space for something better. Think about it. Now, imagine holding a handful of sand, okay? The tighter you hold sand, the tighter you try and grip that sand, the more it literally just slips out through your fingers, the side of your hand. But if you open your hand, if you release it, you create space for something new to be placed in your hand. That's what bye does. It opens your hand. It opens your heart. It opens your future. It helps with your alignment with our Heavenly Father. Okay? And so we got to say bye, bye, bye to some things so that we can move forward. Okay. So let's talk about BY, that bye. So that word is a word of alignment. Alignment. It answers the question, what do you live by? I'll pause just for a moment. What do you live by? See, everyone lives by something. Let's not put on a facade. Everyone lives by something. We either live by fear, we can live by faith, by pressure, by purpose, by culture, by conviction, by trauma, by truth, by habits, by hopes. Those are a few of them. Your life is shaped by what you live by. BY. So what do you live by? Answer the question. What do you live by? Are you living by fear instead of faith? Are you living in purpose or are you living by pressure? Are you living in your feelings? Or are you living in truth? Are you living in culture or conviction? Think about it. And none of those may be the answer. Are you living, are you answer the question, what do you live by? But this is truthful. Remember, the worst lie you can tell is the lie to yourself. What do you live by? If you live by fear, you will shrink. You'll become small. If you live by faith, you'll grow. You'll blossom. It doesn't mean at times there's not a need to prune or to cut back some areas, but ultimately living by faith allows room for growth. If you live by people's opinions, you'll stay stuck because people are fickle. Do you hear me? People love you one day, they dislike you the next day. They're speaking to you one day. Oh my, I'm so happy. I'm filled with joy that God is not that way. But people are fickle, right? And so we cannot live by people's opinions. Now, there's nothing wrong with godly counsel, but we can't live by people's opinion or you'll remain stuck. We must live by God's word. When we do, we'll move forward. By, B-Y, it is the compass of your life, right? It determines what direction your decisions, your destiny, it determines your direction, your decisions, and your destiny. So you can ask yourself, what am I living by? What principles guide me? What values shape me? What truth anchors me? Okay, so we're now going to review the word by, B-I, like bifold. It means two or double, right? I thought I had a piece of paper here that had something on both sides, right? Okay. But by, B-I, means two or double. So growth is always bifold, okay? It typically, it should be, okay? It should happen in two realms. It happens in two realms, okay? Sometimes it happens simultaneously at the same time. Other times, there's some time in between. But there's growth or there is action in two realms. So, Ebony, what are you talking about? I'm talking about spiritual and natural. I'm talking about internal and external. I'm talking about emotional and the behavioral, right? I'm talking about the divine and then the humanity. I'm talking about God's part and your part. Example, I can pray for healing, but I also need boundaries. Okay? Meaning I may have diabetes. Okay? However, I must establish boundaries that include not consuming high starch foods because they break down into sugar. Ensuring that I'm not eating so many simple carbohydrates or sweets or high fructose corn syrup or drinking sugary beverages. And to some regard, not consuming too many natural sugars like, fruits have natural sugars. And so that's a boundary. I'm containing my will. I'm containing what I need so that I'm praying for healing, but I'm also adding a practical step. Okay. See, we can pray for clarity, but we also need stillness. I can pray for clarity. Lord, I need to hear from you. But unless I take the time to sit down and truly listen for him to speak, I won't receive the clarity that I'm praying for. We can pray for an opportunity, but are you prepared? Are you prepared? I learned this formula some time ago and I share it with my family, and I've shared it with a couple of people, and now I'm going to share it with you in our community of practice. Okay. So here's the formula. Preparedness plus opportunity equals success. Preparedness plus opportunity equals success. If you are prepared, when the opportunity presents, there's nothing but success that's going to come out of it. See, we can pray for change, but unless we become disciplined, change will never change. Growth is bifold. It is not either and or, it's both and. Okay? And so God works with us. He works with us. It is not instead of, he works with us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to now look at all three of these words and bring it to our everyday life. Okay? Let's say you need to say bye to a draining relationship, grief, a limiting belief. You place limits on your belief, a destructive habit, a toxic environment, a version of yourself that you have completely, outgrown. Maybe you need to say bye to one of those or something else. But maybe you need to live by, BY, a new routine, a healthier mindset, a stronger boundary, a deeper faith, a clearer purpose. And maybe you need to embrace the bifold nature of growth, both sides of it, prayer and planning, faith and follow through, healing and accountability, vision and action, grace and discipline. Okay? Take a moment and reflect. Reflect on this. What do you need to say bye to? BYE. What do you need to say bye to? Think about it. And you can journal this, right? This can be a section in your journal. You don't have to answer it now, or you can pause this video and literally think about it. I can walk you through it right now. What do you need to say bye to? What do you need to say bye to? That's number one. Number two, What are you currently living by? I posed the question earlier, but now I want you to genuinely and intentionally reflect on this question. What are you currently living by? Currently, okay? And then what two areas, the bifold, the two-sided parts, need to come together? What needs to work together in your life right now? Think about it. Okay? Journal. Think about it. Because I'm calling you to an action. I need you to take a step. I need you to process this because I want you to choose one thing to release, one thing to say bye to. But then I want you, on the other hand, I want you to think of one thing that you should live by. Okay? One area where you will live by. One. And maybe God is He is the overarching, right? If it's not God for you, then prayerfully you're living by, one thing to live by is God's ordinances. That's if you're not right now. Okay? If you are, then I am quite sure there's an area in your life that can be cultivated, that can be made stronger, right? And so I want you to also think about this. There's one area where you'll embrace the nature of the double-sided, spiritually, physically, right? Prayer and follow through, vision and action, grace and discipline. What are two of the bifold aspects of your life are you going to be committed to? Choose them, okay? Now, I am most appreciative of you spending time with me, right? As we are on a quest to really be empowered by homophones. I thank you for living your life with me. This is day 2, okay, of our 30-day journey. Bye, bye, and bye. Saying bye, that creates space. Living by truth creates direction. Embracing the bifold nature of growth, that creates transformation. And so tomorrow, day number 3, we're diving into a powerful pair of words. Should I tell you what they are? Okay, I'll tell you. No, I'm not going to share with you yet. Tune in. Thank you so much for living your life with me, Ebony. Until tomorrow, bye.